First up, your team selection, your thoughts on the changes you'd made, bringing back, dropping Sevilla to the bench, and of course Dan Coles, which I imagine was a very easy one to do.
Yeah, especially in the Dane space, we had a discussion earlier on the week, and we agreed that he'd like to don the number 2 jersey, particularly in his 100th game. So that was a bit of a no-brainer, really. And in the backs, the selection of Wes onto the left wing was really a reward for his very good performance over the last 5 or 6 weeks. So that left, with Vince coming in and Geordie going back to fullback, we left 3 guys for 2 positions, and Julian goes to the bench, and unfortunately for him, Corey Jane drops out.
Now, the Lions will be facing New Zealand opposition for the first time this year, and obviously you guys play the match at an incredible intensity. Has that in any way played into your preparation and your thought process?
Well, I suppose it's a bit of an unknown. For the Lions, they haven't played any Kiwi sides this year, so I'm not sure whether it's a factor or not, and I guess we'll find out on Saturday.
You did a lot of pre-season altitude training, obviously with this kind of thing in mind, and do you think it's still going to stick and hold you in good stead?
I think the altitude training that we did at the Wellington Hospital was really for our general fitness rather than specifically designed for coming to the high veld. So it was just a way for us to increase our training.
65-metre penalty kick immediately turns the attention to a bit more discipline in your game this weekend.
Yeah, I think both sides will be keen to be disciplined and not give away penalties. You either give away a penalty and it's either going to cost you 3 or it's going to cost you a large chunk of field position when they kick to the corner, and then we'll expect a drive. So we want to be squeaky clean.
But you've got a few guys who can do that as well. We believe that TJ Pronara has sort of kicked similar distances in altitude or at altitude.
Yeah, I think we nailed one yesterday down at the high school here from about 60 or 70 metres. Not sure he'd be able to do it again. He reckons he can, but certainly was a big kick.
A special moment like Saturday with Dane playing his 100th, how do you use that to motivate? Obviously you don't have to motivate him, the consummate pro that he is, but how do you sort of get that motivation to be a boost for the team as well?
Yeah, well, the last couple of Centurions we obviously got to Victor Vito played his 100th game in the final last year, and that was a big part of the motivation for us. And unfortunately Julian Sevilla played his 100th game against the Chiefs, and he couldn't get the result on that day for his 100th. So it'll be part of our motivation. The boys will want to do the right thing for Colsey because he's a special character in our environment. We respect his 100 games and applaud what he's done for our organisation. And there's a bit more to come, obviously, but we'd like to send him out the right way, that's for sure.
Coach, the Lions play a very free-flowing game. Do you feel that this is a good aspect for the way you play? What suits the way you play?
Well, I think there's going to be some tired legs at the end of 80 minutes at the park on Saturday if they continue to play with the optimism, which we applaud, and we'll certainly be doing the same. So I think it'll be hard and fast, and strap yourself in, and I think there'll be some very tired boys after 80 minutes.
In terms of outside of their running game, what do you feel is the most dangerous aspects of the way the Lions play?
Oh, they're very physical. They run hard with the ball, so we're going to have to deal with a physical onslaught. But the Kiwi sides tend to be physical now as well. So whether you're playing a team from home or here, you know that it's going to be a battle. So that physical component is going to be big. They've also got a very good kicking game, so they've got a bag of tricks with their kicking game. So that we'll have to watch out for as well.
And they've kept their side unchanged. No surprises there.
I haven't actually heard their side, but we were wondering whether they might, bring the second 5 inside centre back in. But if that's not changed, then that's probably not a surprise.
Chris, do you ever think about a team like the Lions emotionally, their state of mind, and the fact that they lost the final to you guys last year? They come back home, their coach is leaving whenever their season ends. Do you think about that and how that will play probably into hyping up the game?
Yeah, I think everybody's got motivating factors, and certainly Johan's done a wonderful job for the Lions while he's been there, and we respect him highly. So that'll certainly be part of the motivation.
Do you feel that they'll be a bit more dangerous after the ambush they suffered last week?
Well, I was just saying on the radio, I think that they probably didn't quite get their preparation right last week. I don't know if they would have said that they take the Sharks lightly, but I think the Sharks had a really good performance there and looked probably a little bit stiff in the end to not come away with that victory. So I'm sure that they won't do that again this week.
You're not reading anything into Elton's one bad game in the season?
No. He's a quality footballer, and he's probably the best fly half in the country at the moment, and he's got a bag of tricks that we've got to watch out for. So he's a potent force for them.
Because having worked in South Africa and obviously New Zealand and so on, have you been encouraged by what seems to be a turnaround in South Africa, with the Springboks doing well, and obviously South Africa having 3 teams in the playoffs?
Look, I watched some Craven Week stuff on the radio and the TV yesterday, and there's absolutely no doubt in my mind that there's a huge talent pool here. They've just got to get everybody working in the right direction for the best for South African rugby.